Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Invicta Specs with John the Phone Guy. We are on episode 10 and this is the Bolt Zeus Graffiti in whiteface. And so I wanted to point out there is a gunmetal version where the dial face is in gunmetal. So this was the first one that came out. And we'll kind of start at the back here. So we've got our, deployant class, scissor style, very, beefy scissor, so very secure on the wrist and very comfortable just because of the way it lays very flat. And of course, the most unique thing about this is obviously the hydroplating or hydro dipping, whichever you want to refer to it. The process, and this is going to be a layman's term, is basically a two-dimensional color film is laid in a vat, and they prep the watch and all the materials for adherence, and the whole thing gets dipped in one big shot. So they dip it down and all of the colors and everything literally wrap around. As you can see, almost, the back is just white, but all of the patterns and everything have a continuation. The sides and everything, there's a uniformity, and so it literally, continues all the way around as it molds itself to the watch itself. So it's a very unique piece. Probably one of the most eye-catching of the ones I have. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is model 27095. The water resistance on this is 20 atmospheres, 200 meters, or about 660 feet. The crystal on this is actually a mineral crystal. So this is a mineral glass which has the impact resistance because it is not quite as hard as a sapphire, so it has a little bit of a give to it, which makes it impact, but it is susceptible to scratching. So I probably, even if I really wanted to, I probably wouldn't dive and do a lot of things just because the chance of having something hit the and scratch it. And also, this is very durable and everything, but I'd hate to get a scratch in this. So it's pretty much I really don't get it near the water personally, but it can do it. So the internal mechanism is a Ronda Extratech Z60. So as you can see, sorry, I get a little bit of glare there. So your constant running seconds is right here, about the 3 o'clock. Your chronograph 30-minute counter is down here. Your day of the week is up here, and then your chronograph second hand, sweep hand, is here. Obviously this is your A button, B button, so start the chronograph, and this will continue around just like all the other Z60s. After you make 1 minute of time, it would then increment down here up to 30 minutes, and then you would stop, and then your reset. The reset functions are pretty much they're exactly the same as many of the other ones. This is a screw down crown, whereas these are not, just for information. First position changes date, second position changes time, and then if you were going to do any resetting, you would pull it all the way out to position 2. You would press both of these down, and it would reset this, and then the first thing you would change is your sweep hand to line it back up using this. And if your 30-minute was off, you would hit the B button, which would then change it down to this dial and then do the same thing. So pretty straightforward. I mean, there's not a lot of information that's been different about this. Of course, like I say, screw down crown, finger tight. I mean, you don't need to Hercules the thing. So of course, you've got your bolt cable on here. case back. Now this is, and I've talked to a few people about this, the case back on this, if you can see, and I'm working with a little bit of glare, so I apologize, you can read most of the writing, but some of the stuff around the banding is starting to blur. This is like an ink stamping that they do versus like an engraving. So like you can't even read the model number. I've worn this enough times, arms, sweat and just rubbing it, putting it in and out of the case and everything. It's starting to rub some of the lettering off. So not exactly the favorite way that I would have them do it, but it kind of, it is what it is. So, I mean, as far as anything else, this is not an easy one to get. Whenever these things come in, they fly. It's just literally amazing how quick they go. But like I said, it is a showstopper for sure. And I will go ahead and show you the date change. So pull out one and you start changing dates, change time and whatnot. I'll fix that later, but just to give you an idea, it's same movement, so it's gonna, if you've seen any of the other videos, it's gonna work exactly the same. So we'll just kind of set this down for a second, grab our little handy dandy calipers here, and we'll give her a measure. So we are from the 10 o'clock to about the 4 o'clock. So I got 53.2, and off the wrist, it is fairly thick. So it's a 21. So if you look, let's see, can I get it to convert? So it's 0.86 inches. So a little over 3/4 of an inch. So I mean, it's substantial, weight wise, it's not too bad. Of course, I can say all that, or I can just bring this guy out and we can talk about the weight. So 13.4. So not the lightest watch. I mean, most Zeuses in a bracelet are going to weigh in obviously pretty close to this. So if you're used to wearing these, this is not going to affect you at all. If you're used to something closer to, the 6 ounce, you'll probably notice this at first. This is probably tall enough that I would say it is not necessarily a button down suit, style to fit underneath your shirt sleeve or something like that. But I think it's more of a casual, fun look. So let's kind of set that guy there. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of get back into the groove. I've been kind of slacking here a little bit, so my apologies. And I also wanted to mention I do have some other videos if you're interested of specs. I have some bracelet sizing videos, and I'm probably going to be doing some battery changes here in the near future. I've done a couple personally, I've just never videoed them, so I thought I'd do that. Wanted to mention obviously Trap Vision 3D on YouTube, a good source of Invicta lifestyle, from fashion to everything under the sun to do with Invicta and the life and community around it. Most everything I buy from Shop HQ, formerly Evine. They have probably some of the better prices. Also, Invicta stores that are yellow tag sale, you can get some really good deals. Obviously, on Facebook, Invictaholics, Invictacruisers, InvictaVets, some really great resources and people to chat with and see different things and pick up information here and again. As always, if you enjoy any of these videos, please subscribe. And with that, I will say enjoy your watch and hope to see you next time on Invicta Specs. Take care.